is there another layer that Bilibili can go to? Can they prove that they can step up here in these pressure scenarios as EDG will be on the attack and Bilibili on defending side?
I'm expecting EDG to start off the same way on split here. Very slow, but actually collapsing towards a commitment here outside A. Well ahead of the curve, but it looks like it might be a mid-pinch here, Lauren.
Yeah, because look at the spike. Look at what they're actually going for here. Smoggy. Oh, they're swinging together. Wait. Gang! He's got YZ on the drop back, and they've won out towards Vents. Half of this map is theirs, leaving K-Knight. Actually, in quite an interesting readjust. Does he clear Cheech? He's looking for it, and he absolutely does. Very diligent work. Back down to a 3v3. It's still possible here.
Yeah.
That shot needs to work, and oh, fantastic follow-up as well from Yosemite. Taking down Kang, leaving Rin to fall. 1v1. K-Knight, nobody. Spike down, flash not there for 30 seconds.
K-Knight actually coming back round to B main here. Nobody's probably not going to read this.
The timing on this is everything.
He's going to check it.
He's looked, and he still loses. K-Knight kicks off map 2. With a fabulous pickup of both kills. Defuse to follow, and the first found for Bilibili.
A crucial second kill from Yosemite, though.
How did he get the second?
Yeah, the second headshot. Ridiculous. That basically makes it doable in the end there for K-Knight. See the intention very early on. The Trailblazer hinges through mid in towards Vents. Actually, Bilibili playing a little ahead of it towards Heaven. So an indicator here that we didn't necessarily see on Bind, which is Bilibili happy to be proactive here. We were very, very rooted towards sites and happy to receive some of the executes EDG were throwing at them.
But that's what made Bilibili great in some of their games.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. Let's see what we get now. It's not without a little bit of... Kangang's got a stinger. Rin's now under pressure, but the paranoia is fantastic. Beautifully placed as YZ the one to punish. Comfortable follow-up. This is all looking good. Yes, the danger's coming through Heaven, but still. I'm still considering that because no one's checking on this. And a little bit of a look back from Kang up towards Heaven, going to try and keep too busy as nobody's succeeding against Yosemite. Kang's gone down, so that is the main threat removed, apart from that Sheriff in Chichu's hands. Paint Shot to follow, and YZ wants to go forward. Once more, and it's Rin. Closing down the round, and a second for Bilibili with 3 standing.
Good response here from Bilibili. Things could have become a little chaotic. Well handled. Nobody actually won away from the Seekers here, yeah.
Quietly got that one, line.
Yeah, best progress we've had at sitting at 3 and 2 on the scoreboard. YZ back on the signature.
Good to see.
Yep.
I mean, it makes these sort of bonuses so scary because suddenly that judge has some real value, especially on this map. And the confidence could be good here for Bilibili. EDG once again testing middle. There. See what the commitment looks like. Rifles are out though. Does the judge get played in like before? Boombot. Not going to be an issue for Kang. Has to be dealt with by his teammates, but...
Not sure which side it spotted there.
Yeah. I don't think it should have gone Kang, but who knows. Nobody. Did they spot him? No, they didn't! YZ with the theatrics flying through the air, but it will reveal Kang's position and take down nobody as they look to drift back towards A.
YZ's maybe only expecting nobody on the Trailblazer there. K-Knight's about to have his hands full though.
Oh.
Just finds Yosemite. Last second, K-Knight found a response though.
He's playing ahead of this. That's so nice! He's trying to toy with him a little bit, he couldn't quite land the shot. So close yet so far now, down to 2. This was a bonus, but that's G2 spotted, and Bianca can slip ahead of this now. Did he note it on the other side? He absolutely did. Relayed that back through, leaving Rin in an unfair fight. EDG back in control.
Actually crazy. Kang's satchel, I think, saves one of his teammates there. Just throwing him out of K-Knight's crosshair. Find EDG their first round. Yeah, I'm not sure why he thinks it's only going to be one or is capable of finding more in that situation. This situation here yet just bumps Chichu back into safety. Seekers online now. One off the showstopper as well.
I get nervous at this point. I want to see them kind of post up this gun round from Bilibili. I want to fight out of them. I want to see a close game here. Big pain shell, nobody forced away. Actually didn't take as much damage as I expected.
Been punished a couple of times now in these traditional trailblazer positions.
Poison's off.
We worried actually if Yosemite and YZ start from mid in terms of the util combo possible.
EDG, such a priority towards middle. Be it with full intent or not, they will challenge every round, it feels. This time it's nobody leading the way. You can see the force back as well. They want to take that space. Yosemite, I think he was fully blind when he just landed that shot. He has to drift off with the player advantage. Howdong wanted to try and find that next pressure point. Rin outdoes him. This is great. The paranoia loaded on this. Yosemite's looking curious. Spots out the player, drops the spike. He's reading everything. This is much better. This is the side we want to see. Aggressive in the late round, confident in the fights. And Chichu smoked off. 5 to get through with 25 seconds.
We need nothing short of a miracle. Looks like Chichu will try and just hold on to the rifle. The crowd think it's still possible.
10 seconds left.
But no. Rin will shatter the hopes. The Prime Gaming flawless here for Bilibili. And you're right. Looking back at Bind and the approach towards the defense in general, just no initiative taken. Yeah, actually, it's the teammate flash coming through from Bianca on the retreat in ropes. A miracle that Yosemite still finds that kill.
Should have been dead.
Yeah.
But as it stands, we have a game, Mike. 3-1, we have a game.
Yeah, to come back to that point, there have been some confidence builders, something to get these Bilibili players back online in map 2 here on Split. Seeker's hit. Showstopper available. Some investment on the other side of things here. The EDG.
It's quite high.
It's an anti-smoggy
Yes.
tripwire. Maybe even anti-Kankang as well, to
Could
be
be
honest.
at that point. Okay. Flash didn't connect, so not going to reveal there's a player close in the middle. Now here comes the oh! K-Knight! Stunner! Look at this guy work! He's holding the back! Beautiful again, so it's back to a second position, depending on Bianc now to kick into gear, and he does! It's stunning! This is the Bilibili we've been waiting to see! Absent on map 1, but kicking off map 2 with a bang! And nobody, Paranoia Sen trying to run for his life, flash out! Bilibili hunting him down, 5 on the case. Oh, there it is. YZ's found him. There we go. Does EDG pump the brakes early now?
Back to back to find Bilibili's fourth. Will force an early timeout of EDG. Unfortunately, Kankang trying to lead the charge here. Talked about the satchel saving his teammate's life previously. Actually preventing any second layup. Coming through the choke point here. Maybe a fear of the tripwire shutting Smoggy down. They don't want him to be the dash onto site to create a little bit of pressure. While the Kankang try and go over the top, but I'm not even sure if the awareness is going to be there of where that trip was. I think it was dealt with by the paint shell.
Maybe.
Into the choke point. Oh. Don't think that's going to happen.
It has forced the timeout of EDG, so clearly enough in these first couple of rounds they want to get a grip back on this game. Now, the question marks become, have EDG been a lot overconfident coming into this map, potentially not preparing as much as they should? They maybe dropped the ball a little there, and now a reminder that this goes to a third and Bilibili get confident, it gets thrown out of whack, right? That suddenly becomes a different game altogether, but obviously it's only 4-1. It's very early in this still.
Sure. I do think it is a big indicator to see Bilibili start like this, and it's the nature of how they're approaching some of these rounds. Which, you talk about them being absent on Bind, that was a reason. Yeah, they just weren't really showing their hand in any round. They're happy for EDG to just walk up on them, hit sites, take engagements. a stark contrast this time around.
Without us obscuring vision.
Naturally, EDG, even with just that hero rifle, and no armor to it either, Kang hoping he can land them clean. They're in the right side of the map, but now you can see the rotations have come in with YZ controlling towards middle. Yosemite the one. Wonder if they even expect the chance of a rifle here. Heard the sheriffs, they found one of them. Getting a little ahead on this angle. Hasn't been checked on yet. Now there's an issue. Yeah, that's red perfectly. Threat handled, neutralized. The rest shouldn't be a problem, and they're not. YZ heating up. And Bilibili turning the tides here.
Is that 3 Prime Gaming flawlesses back to back?
It feels like it.
Beautiful stuff from Bilibili. I mean, I'm going to come back to that same point once again.
Precision kill.
It's the proactivity, the utility here. Another example. Operator online now for Kang. An indication of things may be slowing down. Ultimates are plenty here for EDG. Find themselves 4 rounds down.
(1-1-3) split throughout this. EDG. No exchange the flash there. Second invested too. Oh, the spam! Chichu's nuts!
I think they agree.
Yes. I hope you guys at home can hear this. Rin has found Kang in the meantime, so that is going to be the operator gone. I mean, that was on the other side of the map, I'm pretty sure, but still, they've kind of paused for thought here, leaving Smoggy posted up, but they're drifting that spike back around the map. Smoggy's success might continue on this path, but do they then check this?
It's a trade, but great
I've got your
clearance
trail.
here. 45 seconds left on the clock. It puts Bilibili in a position to set up accordingly.
That Seeker really sucks for Rin.
Yeah.
That's really awful for him. This paranoia could bail him out. He's opted to try and pop it towards the higher side of things. Nobody's found YZ. And yeah, that was the issue. That Seeker really gave away any chance he had.
30 seconds
As
left.
K-Knight closing in, is still pretty far off. A 1v3 is a lot to ask for, but this man has had his moments. And she goes unchecked so far.
I think he's reading somebody's followed the Trailblazer here. So wants to try and re-aggress through CT.
It's a tough crossfire he's got to walk
Yeah,
out towards. Look
really
at it.
difficult to isolate
Chichu
somebody.
left. Swing could come out from nobody on the right, and the last line of defense, Howdong. K-Knight catches
Wow.
what? They gave him a chance on that near on, maybe misreading the timing a second, but that player closing out the round here. EDG claim one back, but this took a lot of work here.
It did.
Found one.
It certainly did. I think it's just here at this moment catching YZ in that sort of scenario. Now, under the impression that they have the benefit, the window of opportunity actually favors Bilibili. Great response from EDG.
Let's fly.
We're starting to come online both sides now.
Ooh. That ult could be... Oh. That ult could have been huge there for them, and it kind of is. It's completely twisted the plans probably from EDG, unless they want to just go straight through, which would be near on madness. So we look towards what they do now. Already expecting pressure in middle. You can see Bilibili reading this very nicely.
Set up here to greet some mid presence. Kang operator in hand once again. Is he rewarded this time around?
He hasn't had those moments yet, but two players on the left-hand side here. Count to 3, pull the trigger. No, absolutely not. Could have been. Isn't the case. And now we might have a brawl here. Rin getting curious, but it's Biang to try and get ahead. Smoggy finds him. Follow up. Not there, Rin on the trade. And now back down to the 4v4. It's getting chaotic. Paranoid to try and quell some of this, but Kano's position, a nice little off angle could be wonderful. Played a little ahead. He actually gets through in time. This is huge. Oh, the flash! So heads up. Brilliant work from nobody to ensure safety going forward. YZ cleared, and EDG starting to hit a little bit of form now.
As if they've got a grasp on the pacing, similar to what we saw on Bind. Kang. Turns his back for just a moment. Rin will punish. I mean, Yosemite a million miles away from this. Rin looks hell-bent on doing further damage.
It looks like a 1v3 at this point. Oh, there's two at the back of sight.
There's two there.
Yes. Help. Now, I heard a snake.
Last player standing.
Yosemites trying, but 27 HP ain't much, and the crossfire will be still holding strong enough, even though he can isolate one of the players. The timing's not going to be good here. Wait. Speaking of timing, he has no idea where that final player may be. Now he does, but timing is not there. It's time to back away. His arms were not long enough, and he can't get away in time. It doesn't matter. Okay. EDG starting to warm in a little here.
But I can patch a bullet hole or two.
Another round on the board for them. The lead to just 2. And I'd be concerned if we do see a couple more that play out like this. Or if EDG are maybe anticipating some of these re-clearance now. Bilibili will call a timeout here. Curious if it's going to be much of an adjustment to make, because I think they're making a lot of the right decisions here for their defensive half. Instead, polarizing when you make the comparison to bind. But I come back to the same word you used, absent. They weren't willing to really take the initiative, take many risks, and maybe here with a couple of rounds under their belt, that's what's really spurred them on.
And I'm hoping they can recover a little here too. It's only been 2 rounds from EDG, but it's enough that scared them into a timeout, or at least enough that they want to maybe get a grip on the game and not allow it to spin out of control. You want to try and keep that advantage you've built up early on here. 5 rounds is very respectable, but once it gets that bulk round of those rifles coming in, when all the ults are coming online, that's when you'll start seeing EDG warming up, and Bilibili, if they want a big chance to really activate, these are the hard rounds. These are the ones that EDG will be gunning for. I'm seeing a judge coming out from YZ, so maybe in for a bit of fun here. A couple of ults on the other side. Knives for Smoggy, who's had a quiet start this time.
Yeah. Like I said, I think initially there's been a few examples of that paranoia around K-Knight's utility, so Smoggy is activated elsewhere. Even if the Blade Storm, something. Get him back in this half. Might be a little flash and dash.
Oh dear. Oh, what? How is he saved in that? Kagan got YZ in a second, but he still did the damage. He took down the tip of the spear, blunted it for the rest of the round. Nobody's a little ahead and a little isolated with the spike. Is somebody, yeah, he wants to punish this. That's a spike down, that's a spike down. Oh dear. That could be a fumble hit.
There.
Potential mistake. They're on recovery mode and they're trying to get through to it. That is audacious work. Maybe a little off the cuff over-aggression from Kang is punished. Bilibili given a huge opportunity to defend this spike.
I mean, the spacing was just so questionable. In every single challenge here, Haodong and Chichu left to try and recover a 2v4. It all starts with getting the spike back in hand. 50 seconds left on the clock. Haodong's found one.
Yang on the swing. Chichu's gone down. It's all on Haodong. 1v3. 30 seconds. Make it a 1v2. K-Knight next. Readjusts. Slips to the other side of the corner, and Haodong's work was just going to be so vast to try and break through that. Bilibili given a chance, they'll take it with both hands.
Remember, wipe the prints from your
EDG very rarely commit the spike when they start out with a couple of probes around the map. So it's really, really strange to see nobody up here in this spot. No second player ahead of this smoke. All it takes is a walkout of Mail, and the round's over.
Six to 3 now. Bilibili answering back. Yeah, Kang with a lack of health is what I'm looking at. Yeah, forcing this out early on, going to reveal a little bit more of the plan than maybe they wanted. You already see the drift coming in from YZ as well. Rotating a little closer. Maybe looking to punish off this. Kang gonna try. Excuse me. He's away.
Pass.
Yeah.
As he found it.
K-Knight can just chill. He's holding so much information here. Yes, nobody does clear YZ. But this is curious. Does he expect K-Knight still around this? Look at Yosemite 2. This is obscene. Too many targets and too many choices. K-Knight punishing. Chichu's down and so is the pit. And that spike is scrambling.
She just looks so disjointed.
It still is.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's over here with the spike. Smoggy's still down in the sewers.
Yeah, what is going on? It doesn't even catch Rin. What is this round? It's so messy, and I don't expect this from these two teams. EDG have looked so crisp about it, but look at the timing in middle as well. Smoggy's going to maybe get a fight on Pillar, and he wins it. But the cross is made. Nobody was very careful on the way through, just in case. Flash to CT, no one's close enough by.
Over here. Out of healing.
Nothing
Plants
left in the
there,
tank,
yeah.
but, yeah, Smoggy to get healed beyond 30 HP.
Okay, now it's close. Look at this angle from Smoggy. Ratty finds him. Hat or not, leaving it all down to Bianca in a 1v2. 2 flashes as well. Still one more. Oh my words! Nasty from Bianca. Oh, but he didn't expect the wrap from nobody. Making up for maybe that fumble in the prior. Putting EDG up to 4.
Such a bizarre round. I mean, 2 actually. Following each other from EDG. This isn't really Bilibili doing much different out of the timeout. Lucky for YZ to find that at a time it did, but
One enemy remaining.
K-Knight obviously showing discipline. Then EDG able to recover that? We said 2 players opposite sides of the map.
It's always these sort of, you know, domestic matchups that can cause
Get a
this
little
chaos.
weird.
Yeah, they do. They
Yeah.
genuinely do. A little closer than statistically it should, and it is. I mean, we're at 6-4. Bilibili are turning this game around when historically they haven't. But for now, we look at what EDG are doing. An adjustment for sure. That B site hasn't been tested this early on. And it looks like Rin might be on the platter here.
What's key is to note K-Knight's adjustment. Look at the utility and look at his position. Enabling kind of 2B, 2 mid.
Is this going to be a burst? It absolutely is. Kang's, oh! The 70's found one and the follow-up! Catching both! And why is he backfilling the space? That doorway's closed now. You were hoping they had success somewhere else because EDG have nothing to depend on apart from the players standing now and hoping they just win the fight. How long does? There's something. They don't like what's around that corner. YZ can rest here, he can wait with that judge, the divide. He can maybe slip a little ahead of this. He's got a smoke to play in here. Actually, had a glimpse, doesn't like it, falls away, tries to find a new angle. The ult gonna come online and spread on through. 24 seconds, and they've got to walk in what could be their death here. Trying to clear out, but 18 seconds, look at this. Again, another messy round. That judge could be lethal, and it is. Diving in, it's just Chichu alive, 1 HP for now. Recovering quickly, but not quick enough. Bilibili posting another.
Will break the bank of EDG. They're going to really struggle to get much online here. No ultimates to ride upon. 2 off the Blade Storm. And again, Kang just shut out at the front doors. A number of times we've seen him fall in the choke point. We're barely getting beyond it. This time around, Smoggy is dashing alongside him, but
seeing a big performance from the likes of Yosemite coming in. YZ doing well for himself, but again, I feel like throughout what we've seen from Bilibili, every single player now is starting to have those gates. Oh, K-Knight, careful, Smoggy's in. I mean, that's ambitious to say the least. It's really on K-Knight. And there's a flying Kang takes down one. Stunning on the second. K-Knight dividing and conquering. YZ denied. It's on nobody. And oh, hold on, its position is perfect.
2v2.
He's brought it back down to reality. There's a chance for a plant. This is game on.
Rin's TP towards A main as well. So an opportunity here to pinch. The plant is open for heaven. They can't cross into screens.
Full kit for Rin. Smokes, Paranoia, TPs the lot. Yosemite as well has a little bit of util to work with, but the 2 on the site. Nobody with 1 flash. And Howdong trying to toy with him up towards heaven. The Paranoia gets sent. Nobody has a look, has a glimpse. He's seen Rin, but he can't handle him. And now the 1v1 begins. Howdong against Rin. Rin waiting, looking, desperate, left, right. And now the fight. Rin's got him. Bilibili back in business. 8 rounds now is huge.
Huge from Rin to close things out here. Howdong just can't pin him down either side. Again, even getting it to this position.
Headshot.
A 2v5 initially comes down to a 1v1. Alas, we 8-4 on the half. Bilibili still got a little fight left in them.
It's good seeing them come alive, though. You saw how quiet they were, map 1. Map 2 starting to heat up here. Let's find out what the analysts make of that half.
Hey, you know what? I make of that pretty dang good. I'm all about Bilibili bringing this one back into the series here. But here's your Verizon high-speed moment, and let's go ahead and give some love to BLG's YZ, who gets himself, well, a pretty nice high-speed play here. But on top of that as well, it gives us an opportunity to continue to just talk about Bilibili Sideshow really finding themselves in this map.
What I like about both of these Chinese teams actually is that when they're on defense side, they tend to step in front of utility. And what that means is that when you are throwing util to push them backwards, they go forwards and they stuff the duelists. I mean, it feels like Kangkang and Smoggy are trying to get the record for least time alive on the attack side. They are just, woohoo! Straight into the site, straight dead instantly. And that's been a major, major problem. And it's allowed YZ to look like a god in some of these moments.
Yeah, I feel like EDG has regressed to the EDG that some people fell in love with, which was requiring hero plays from so many of their players. You could see in these instances, nobody rushing down, Haodong, Chichu, all stepping up to keep this game relatively close. I know Bilibili is dominating right now. Oh my goodness, another one of these games from Kangkang.
Yeah, can I tell you again, first kill to first death right now, Bilibili have 10-2 in the first kill to first death engagements. And YZ specifically is 6-0.
Wow.
This is one of the things that was going wrong for Kangkang when he ended up losing the game against Evil Geniuses. I know that the sides are now swapping and the shoes on the other foot, but this first death kind of problem is rearing its head massively here, and they don't seem to have made any adjustments.
Yeah, it was the same thing every single time there for EDG. That attack side was super rough. Bilibili capitalizing on it means they still have something left in the tank here in this stage.
Indeed they do, Bala. Let's see, though, if it's going to be enough to get them that second map as we send it back over to the casters.
Thank you, GB. And the desk there, yeah, I mean, it has been an outclassing. Bilibili have come out firing on all cylinders here. It was a tentative start. I was still unsure if I believed into it, but YZ has made me a believer here. He has been absolutely on fire. And on the other side of the thing, his opposing number, very quiet.
Absolutely. Talk about the First Bloods. That was the driving force versus NRG, where we saw them put up a similar performance. How that one ended for Bilibili. Cautious start here to the pistol. Creep behind the wall. Tag coming through. Couple of hits here. K-Knight, YZ, Bianc, and Yosemite. Actually, Yosemite on the other side of the map, so I didn't even note him in B main. He's just lost out to Haodong. Taking a ton of damage.
But they've crept so close. I think nobody's aware of something. You can see the positioning kind of tucked into the corner here. And they're getting so much space for this. Nobody... This is a little uncomfy now. They've taken over Heaven. They've forced him away. Do they re-clear this? Are they aware of the possibility? Chichu's still on site, waiting. Nobody strikes. So does Chichu. They decide their own timing. Fate in their own hands until then. K-Knight swings Pillar. Spike is not down and it's not in hand. So now there's a problem. Smoggy comes around, drops down Yosemite. And now K-Knight and Rin focusing towards CT, but I mean, the Ghost's looking pretty good for it. There's Rin on 21 HP. Has a lot of work to do, and they're sitting so comfortably on the other side. This should be an execution, and it is. Kangkang gonna find Rin. Gonna get EDG that first in the second half.
Like I said, a ton of damage done behind that wall, Lauren. I think ultimately is Bilibili's demise here. Awareness is great, though. Talk about nobody's position being really dicey, but he makes it work.
He does. I'm surprised he was able to kind of like navigate around that well.
Plays around the poison orb perfectly as well. Which I believe actually was Chichu's. A little offset there towards the ramp and the choke point, enabling that sort of position for nobody.
Really nice. Back into this, though, we are seeing quite a few frenzies, 3 of them coming out, so it's not without some intent here from Bilibili. Would like to do a bit of damage. Got the Bulldogs out on display for EDG. 3. Excuse me, 2 in the judge, actually, for Smoggy.
Yeah, Smoggy on that YZ hype.
Yeah.
Could be played in here as Bilibili looked to contact up through mid.
How close do they get? They don't have much util to play in, so actually, why is Chichu falling? What's going on? No way, that's just, this doesn't seem right, but hold on! Kankang's farming! Oh, he's absolutely destroying him! Why is he? This is a rough battle, but he's still in control! Oh, a shot! He almost turned around! He almost turned around! He almost turned around!
Wow. Just Frenzy's coming into this.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a bit of chip damage.
Yeah.
Oof.
They removed 4 weapons from EDG.
He almost turned around as well, even in that final goal. Like, again, this is beautiful work, right? Yeah. Very nice. A little bit of aim training. Not much more to be done. Christ. That's 2 for EDG.
Actually throwing a rifle back into this. Maybe happy to play out with a judge elsewhere. A broken purchase nonetheless, though. Bilibili back on rifles. Same thing as the pistol here, contacting up towards ramp.
Yep, he's going for it. Oh, they were just ahead of the flash. Bianc turns in time. Sends him back. You got to try and be a little bit cheeky if you're working with less hit. But for Kankang. K-Knight's taking out Chichu. That opens up all the opportunities towards A. Near on clear sight. And the plants come in as well.
With a position here, Smoggy on the flank. If they can force out a death to the spike here, remove some of these rifles. It's definitely the second objective. Smoggy stuck behind this. Yeah, Wisey's position is disgusting.
Yeah, that's tricky. I don't know if they're even going to be able to...
I was thinking if they can keep them boxed in here, and notably Kankang's position.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it a little harder to do.
Oh. Well, Kankang's got 1 down. That's 1 rifle gone. Going to need a little bit more, though. Okay, there we go. A little bit more. Make it costly. You can see how long desperate. Wait, he's closed the gap really well. Kankang's gone down, but, I mean, they've cost them a fair few of these rifles. This is a valuable round for EDG, even with Bilibili getting across the line.
Absolutely. They're going to force the shield purchase back out of Bianc as well. Just to add insult to injury. It's a great conversion from EDG, regardless of the outcome.
Financially, not a bad result at all.
Showstopper online for Kankang as well.
You start to heat up here in the second half. I know it's been
a
little bit of that mailroom work, yes, but it'd be nice to see him get confident. You want to see him activate because he has been quiet here. Hopefully he finds a bit of that form going forward at 9-6. Bilibili on the cusp, though. If they convert this 10, you're looking really well set. And pace from YZ. Controlling middle early on. And look how deep EDG is sitting.
I mean, they've heard that 1 shot from the judge as well, so expecting them to probably respect this, but Smoggy takes a swing at it.
That's dash gone, though, so it has to be a bit more careful. Almost giving up that heaven control.
Did they just spot him? I think they did. I'm
feel
pretty sure they saw Smoggy.
But there are 3 players for EDG here as well, so it's not an even fight, but got a lot of players waiting on this, and they're so close by. This is going to be a burst and a half. Turns the flash, comes back for the fight. Bianc and Yosemite overwhelm. It's all on 1. It is Chichu. Gets 1. No chance on the second as Rin. Perfect spacing there. And, well, Kanga tries to fly and gets slowed down. What? Good follow-up with the rifle. Didn't quite get who he wanted from the rocket, but still finds another target, finds another fight, and falls. Bilibili consecutive rounds now, stringing them together.
Double digits as well. EDG up against the ropes now. Big ultimate invested here. It's like a stab in the dark from Kankang. Try and get something done. What feels fairly unwinnable from that situation once you've conceded sight. Now a little off kilter. See the pressure starting to show.
Yeah.
In places across the stage here.
Well, this is where it gets interesting, doesn't it? You love seeing it go outside of the expected. Again, by all rights, Split was meant to be probably the safety net of EDG. If anything went wrong, you had Split to fall back on. As said, you knew this opponent well. You played it 1,000,001 times.
Said this coming in. Bind is the one that Bilibili need to cause some sort of concerns, right, across the best of 3. It didn't happen. It
They
was
got
13.
4 rounds.
Exactly. You come in here on split. We talked about, I mean, the Death touched on this as well, how one-sided split has actually been. Whether or not there was going to be enough to maybe ignite a flame under Bilibili. They're certainly on course here to take us to Haven. Should be 11 here. Maybe going to be some light investment on the side of EDG. Kang will throw a rifle in. Sheriff's elsewhere.
I feel it's got to be 11, surely, right? It's feeling like it.
It absolutely should.
I'm still nervous. Here we go. Okay. All right, Smoggy. Big shot there. Rin's down.
One of your controllers down.
4 for Bilibili now. And yeah, harder to make these sight hits happen. Big information as well. A quick burst. Wisey wants to get towards Pillar, cross that gap, not be affected by the lack of those smokes. The boombot sent out, but doesn't find. Oh, Smoggy again! This guy, so precise. And he's got his ult. Healed up, ready to go. Again, bear in mind, it was Kang who was meant to be the dangerous one in this with the rifle. Now that's changed. The 3 players trying to dig in deep here. K-Knight, Bianchi, Yosemite, and a quick adjustment and a quick fall. Kang's found K-Knight, Smoggy towards Bianchi, and it should have been 11. You think it maybe, possibly. And Yosemite's on 12 HP. How's he meant to stall this out? He can't! Tries to buy the time on the spike. And all he bought was a couple more seconds for them to pick up the rifles and get the defuse. EDG back to the wall. They get up to 7.
Beautiful conversion here. The Bladestorm comes online, gets EDG to a MasterCard Thrifty. When it should have been 11.
Should have been 11.
Some disgusting shots from Smoggy. Like I said, just comes alive with this Bladestorm. I think immediately, maybe even a tilt timeout being called on the other side.
Yeah.
As Bilibili
Maybe
hitting it, yeah, maybe hitting the panic button here. Like I said, they come into this event, they talk about learning from some of the higher pedigree teams around the world. And then Jackson, in that interview, says that the pressure is definitely a factor here today.
It is a tall task, right? They've got some ults to play with, but you want to keep that kind of confidence in there. You want to keep your players from feeling rattled by that, because a round like that from EDG could certainly rattle you. Because, as I said, you were set for 11. You're looking like you're going, closing out maybe map 2 here, but this opens up a small chance for EDG. It's still Bilibili's game, or at least map to lose here, is how I'm looking at it. With 10 rounds in the pocket, enough to hit a nice purchase here.
The problem being that one's going to throw the loss bonus off.
It will.
Bilibili lose this now. They're going to be in a very, very tough position in terms of the economy. Do have ultimates available here to complement that, but really you're looking for them to be frugal.
Yep.
Especially if they concede casualties here.
Okay, tense round. This ain't an easy one at all. What a polarizing mid-hold between the 2 sides as well. Really only one put to test on this. Oh, flash didn't catch! And peekaboo. Kangen gets out of that. Near on unscathed.
Point. Yeah, not a single point of damage. It's actually YZ that gets tagged down to 65. Healed up here by Bianc.
They're looking to swing that rotation point as well. 2 players sat towards CT.
But that was the ultimate. You didn't want to see Investor, at least for nothing in terms of the finances here. Bilibili have to convert now, or it's certainly a concern going forwards.
Massively so. They can't punish the rotation anymore. They can't punish any of the players going back and forth. You can't get Kang. He's sat literally in CT. It does give you access towards Heaven. It does give you the chance for that 3-2 split. Smoggy, this is normally a one and done, but he might make it more. He absolutely does! With shots like that, can he escape?
He's going back in.
Screw it! He wants another go! He can only do so much, but the support is there! And with just that tiny chance, EDG are closing the gap. 8 rounds now, 10 remain with Bilibili, but the money doesn't remain.
No. The situation here, like I said, maybe if you have the showstopper, there's some hope. Try and convert around like this, but it will just be Sheriffs. Certainly not a guarantee, but seeing what's capable in terms of some of the thrifties already so far in this series. But EDG now within 2, Lauren.
Yep.
They have themselves a cushion. They can start taking a few more risks.
And we're seeing a 3-play stack on A and a walk towards ramp, but they've missed the timing on K9. Or did they? Chichu misses nothing. There is a reply up towards heaven, so maybe they look towards working into that. They're trying to scramble actually to support towards middle. This does lock down some of the bigger chances, but Kangang's found Rin, and now that's the support system in place. Howdong gets to come back through, and it's just cleaned in house. All of that chance, all of that threat, nullified. EDG with a quick reminder, they are the favorites here between these two.
Absolutely. A course correction will get them on the brink of the showstopper and the pit for Chichu as well. Talked about them having a cushion now. Look at the finances. They can start playing a little more fast, a little looser potentially, and taking some more risks. Bilibili have got to be feeling the heat now.
And I don't think they've got a timeout left. I may be wrong, but I
don't think they have.
Don't think they do. For a team that's maybe not as confident, doesn't have that wealth of experience to depend upon, a late game turnaround from EDG could be devastating.
Absolutely. To not even have the chance for a pause for thought or some breathing space in between rounds. See what that does in terms of the mental fortitude here for Bilibili. Stacked up here for a B here.
But I already like how different this hold is. Look at the positioning coming out from the likes of Howdong, from Smoggy. Very, very different. They're going to give up sight and try and contest the cross. Bianchi's a big shot, though. Smoggy going to answer one back, and you're right. A little bit of a mistake there. Going to be exploited. Seeker's coming in. Do they try and spring it off the back? Plant now going to be coming down. Seeker's going to be going through, and now's the time to pounce. Spray in towards it. Catch what they can. They eat the flash, and they look for that first blood to be drawn. It's a wrap on Pillar, trying to clear towards the back of the side, and they're pouring all that utility in. Chichu, Kang finding the bodies. The pick gets dropped, and so do Bilibili. Left in tatters, massacred on the site. EDG are back in the game.
They absolutely smother the pit from Yosemite. It's talking about maybe a pause for thought or a little breathing space. They get nothing there in round 20 in that post plant. EDG totally sweep B site.
That gap.
Yeah. Again, I think before this, Rin's thrown out the paranoia. I think it's the second smoke that he drops.
One enemy remaining.
Smoggy, the tiniest of errors, is able to capitalize, find the entryway back into that round. Look at the purchase, Lauren.
They're buying in. Yeah, one rifle. All they got to write home with. It's going to be K-Knight with that. The rest can be working with far less. Almost. Chichu. Towards 8.
It's going to be a crunch at the top of the round.
It is. And look at the support that's coming in through those vents. Seekers all in one direction. They're like, oh, I think there's a couple of people down here. And there are. They come flying in to their own slaughter. What's the plan now? K-Knight can't do it. And EDG starting to really hit. Like, that shot was nasty, but nobody's got him dead. Rin, a 1v2 now. A chance to upgrade to a rifle. And yes, Chichu is the player on the A site. But the map is open for Rin.
Still options, yeah. Doesn't have the paranoia. 15 seconds off a second smoke. Gonna try and TP across the site.
Look
First
who
tap on the
started.
spike. Yeah, Chichu wrapping him. And we'll
And
find
got
it.
him.
EDG up to 11, Lauren. Light investment protecting the purchase to come back in, but I feel like it's going to be all or nothing here for Bilibili in round 22.
It's 5 in a row for EDG. This is nightmarish for
30
Bilibili.
seconds left.
They had such a great start here. Probably the best opportunity they've had in a moment. And it's all gone wrong. EDG activating late in this map, showing some of that capability, that strength, that depth that we know they have. And now we ask the question back to Bilibili with this buy here. Do they have any more? Mid-presence is where they start. 4 play towards middle.
It's a little concerning here for that second B-side player with that pick committed towards B main. Kang getting curious. Nearly catching Yosemite.
Hello. Oh, quick moves from YZ. Oh, that's so sick. YZ outdoes Kang there. Audacious play, sure, but it calls in Smoggy. And he's already got one. How long falls? So this is much better from Bilibili, getting a little bit of a go of things, but they still don't have a sight. They still don't have that end position to be in. YZ might get a chance. He does. Game back on. A's looking vulnerable. They could get into this now.
2v4 now, Chichu and nobody. Have to try and recover this. YZ's found a third.
He's having a round. A necessary one as well. It's all on Chichu in a 1v4, making a 1v3. Couldn't turn in time as YZ. Massive impact when Bilibili needed him most. He is there answering the call.
A must win for Bilibili in terms of the finances, in terms of the bigger picture here. You give YZ the showstopper. As soon as Kang reveals it's an operator in hand, they look to pinch him. A little bit of a gap between Kang and the next teammate, able to trade that out or potentially apply a little more in terms of support.
It's a lifeline, Mike.
Camera taken out.
11-11. Buy back in place for Bilibili. Full purchase for EDG2. Alt-wise, 2 in play. Howdongs and YZ's. Kang seen, closed in on. You don't get to underestimate him, but you got to be confident. YZ is bests him again. Smoggy revealed, does damage, falls off, does not get traded, no opportunity, so a 1-for-1.
Smoggy's just been insane the last few rounds for EDG. He's not done just yet. Looking for a little more here is Bilibili.
There's a firing squad.
Yeah.
There's 3.
Not spotted on the cross.
There's 3 of them. That's so much to handle. He was so vulnerable. So now we look at Howdong, who's evacuating the site. He's not sticking around for a second. He's like, no, that is absolutely not where I want to be. They clear site quickly. Why is he the one to do it? Oh, he's having a go. He's having a damn go. Smokes himself off to try and give him the 1v1, which he got. Slows down the roll, yes, but it only puts him into a 2v3. Still so difficult. Chichu and nobody. Spotted early. Rim with a punish, nobody with the trade. That's not going to find him. And nobody in a 1v2. YZ, the hero for Bilibili in the last couple of rounds, still standing. Yosemite there too. What does nobody do now? One flash, the dog. He ain't got the time for this. He's got to get a move on now. What? Oh my God, they would. Hey. In these last couple of rounds, YZ has gone nuclear for Bilibili.
Still at 25-16 right now.
What a game from him.
Planted.
Great clearance of the smoke here as well, reading exactly what Howdong wanted to do. Amounts to 1 kill. But a quick trade mitigates any further risk. And Bilibili in the 11th hour get themselves up to map point, in a position to force Haven in this best of 3.
Got to do it again though. It's that last round. Can they close out the map or do we go OT?
Look at the adjustment here from EDG. 3 players committed towards this A site now.
But look at the burst, Bilibili still going. Smoggy still swinging, takes down K Knight, Seekers come in, and now we're looking to try and get that next layer of pressure. Nobody decides against going for the flash through.
Look how early the divide is from Howdong. They want it. It looks like a pre-take here.
It looks like it. Do they go for it though? It's gonna be bait, pure bait to play in Kang. And the 5v3 YZ, Bianca and Rin. It's looking like potentially OT now, but Can they hold on to this? Back to the wall, Valorant smothered with utility, surrounded. Bianc only able to do one EDG! Taking us the distance now, making this go to OT, forcing Bilibili's hand.
Beautifully coordinated. Like I said, with the divide going up so quickly, it's almost like you're hoping Bilibili going to read that, as EDG wanted to be very proactive. As soon as they concede this space, Smoggy with a crucial kill. Kankang's in response, I didn't even see that. I thought he dipped into the smoke to find that.
Same, that's what I was saying.
What a bailout.
Just goes for the spam, praying for it. 12-12 now. Bilibili Gaming not out of the woods. YZ still needs to provide more. This guy is a superstar and is right in this map. 25 kills. Smoggy 21 on the other side. There we go.
I am with you. We are strong.
There's going to be a pace change here for EDG back on the attacking side. I think avoiding the flash, everybody avoiding that. So successful flash on the other. Did nobody spot him? I don't know if he saw a pixel there.
I'm not sure. Oh,
well, I definitely should have now.
Now he has. He's still going. He's still going. He's still walking. Nobody. That was a bit out there.
We saw the same sort of thing. Nobody getting ahead of the smoke, and there's no second swing to come out. Boombot won't spot. Kankang unnoted as of yet.
Do they pause or do they go? He's got room to work here. If he can draw their attention towards this, he has a real chance to be a threat. But I guess that window's going to be closing pretty soon because that ramp pressure's coming in. But now, cut off, he gets that second lease of life. Do they consider this? His 70's up there. Passive enough angle that he's not going to be really threatened initially.
Yeah, exactly. He's on such a... Ooh, okay.
YZ
actually does still find it. 32 HP left for him. Looks like BLG might be the ones to strike first here in overtime.
EDG have stalled out. They don't have that next step. They have no advantage on this map. 30 seconds and nothing. It would near on take a mistake from Bilibili to open up that doorway again. And look at them, still utility in play here for Bilibili. They've got everything they want. So a very tough scenario for EDG.
Bianc's flash could be devastating here.
It's all about timing on this. There it is. And they swing off it. Smoggy does well to find one, but it's YZ. This guy has seriously saved Bilibili here. I didn't think he could do it in OT, but he's just found that form again.
We noted him in the first NRG series being the hero on Split, the one to really break the ankles of NRG.
He's nearly on a 30.
Yeah.
29. Against someone like EDG.
Wait, what?
Yeah, come off it.
We see a timeout called here by EDG. As I said, it's Bilibili to strike first in overtime. Maybe a little expected with how EDG's attacking half went. A very similar mistake once again in terms of trying to pressure towards mid, get behind this smoke and create some sort of opportunity, maybe towards Mayo in other situations, but primarily towards Vents, I think with the idea of splitting A. But it's just, it's nobody getting way ahead of the curve.
It's not the first time we saw it, right? It was a couple of times that's been punished. So the last check-in really here before another round of OT or potentially GG map 3 becomes open, right? So looks like Gang is deciding to go back to the operator. Wait and see if he commits to it, but it's looking quite likely here. I'm already seeing where Bilibili are adjusting towards. This is going to be looking quite strongly like this A hit's coming in. Chichu on the other side. Nobody's here as well. 5 players on this side of the map. This is looking all in, Mike.
Certainly is. How quickly do it? EDG
Very quickly.
moves on the other side here. Actively clearing B main. Problem being Chichu and Nobody in fairly committed positions here towards the choke point. Seeing the same sort of setup with the poison orb once again. And they were rewarded previously.
But it's all about timing for Nobody. If he gets a fair fight on this, maybe, but if that wall drop, it doesn't get fair when YZ is playing like this. Kang is there waiting behind the smoke, but Bilibili pause. They're looking to see if anyone's going to overextend. Is there another follow-up punish to this? They're looking expectantly towards heaven. Stunning shot from Gangang to take down K-Knight, but the plant now looks available. Even with Chichu this close, and actually the position is quite curious. The second time of asking, he's got a big trade. Bilibili still locking it down. All the trades have been effective. A 2v2, but Smoggy appears on the site, comes out of the vent to leave and Rin to try and drift away. He wants to catch one. Can he get it in time? No, he cannot. Smoggy diving in. EDG still alive.
Beautiful stuff. This is after nobody falls so early in this engagement. Bilibili are going to be able to drag this one across the line, but a late wrap through vents. Smoggy removes that post-plant safety with the plant where it was. Smoggy getting down and dirty with a shorty.
Yeah.
Keep EDG in split here, 13 apiece.
This feels like a mad game to be watching. It's like, how much can YZ keep doing here? Every single time he's given them such critical value. Same can be said to an extent for Smoggy on the other side too, but YZ in a position to potentially do some great deals of damage here. Initially.
I don't want to see EDG give away another kill in mid.
I'm keeping my eyes on nobody, Mike. If he makes another mistake, I'm worried.
Oh, he's got the spike again.
Yeah.
As well. We'll collapse away from this initial mid probe here as 3 members will drift into garage. Rin on the other side of things, but paranoia in hand, as you see on the X-ray. You'll be able to slow this down. Are they going to try and fake? No, Spike's actually coming back across here.
Yeah.
It's nobody on the other side with the flashes. Going to try and draw a rotation. EDG should get a 3v2, maybe 4v2 on the side here.
Bilibili aren't believing it for a second. They brought over the players already. He's definitely going to take down Kangang, the first line of this, and look at the amount of room they've got to work with. Smoggy, a challenge in the smoke, comes out with only one, and EDG making just Howdong, who's held back both. YZ, it's on you again, and again he's still finding value. 2 more targets. Looks to be denied, but they're still so close by. YZ, is he going to check on this? He's been seen, he gets cleared. Chichu so diligent in approach, leaving K-Knight in a 1v2. Plant now in. Oh, belting shot from K-Knight. And he thought about it. Chichu waiting.
He's tucked.
He
He's
ain't
staying
moving.
here on default.
How does K-Knight approach this? How does he clear this through? Chichu is not going to move a muscle. Turns to take a look. And K-Knight's getting closer, step by step, closing the gap. And when is the grand reveal? It's now! Say goodbye, Chichu! K-Knight's got him! And Bilibili hold on again!
My ultimate is ready.
Chichu's desperate for K-Knight to play into his hands.
Cage time.
But the round the world
Switching sides.
pays off for him. Bilibili will find another defensive round.
Spike
Wow.
planted.
Wow.
One
That
enemy
shot back was unreal. (14-13). Lead again for Bilibili here. EDG on the back foot.
Bilibili, this is even more committed than previously. You can see a pace change here. Oh, maybe trying to avoid a flash, but comes to a little late, actually. Perfectly timed by nobody.
Oh, the double stack, the double stack. The flash! Wait, Chichu still wins it? And the second come off it. He is just murdering him. Bianca has fought back, tried to take some space, but do you expect the re-aggressive? Nobody's been given a gift. Just a spot of a pixel. That's all he needed. He wants more. He's going to see more. That's both players. How long does he stand here? The support's a mile away. Smoggy and Howdong are nowhere near.
Finally making moves now. I think maybe after the identification of both players from Bilibili, K-Knight has to make a play here. A 2v3 situation. Bianca drifting towards site, going to try and find the plant now. So with the cam here, might even drift into a more passive setup. They can't get huddled into this corner though.
Oh, I don't know if the Seekers are going to give him enough respite from this. K-Knight has to find at least one, and he has. Spots out the second towards heaven as well. That's going to be Smoggy diving on him. Bianca, that's on you. You got to get him. And Smoggy looking to do it again this time. Denied! It's Bilibili! get across the line in the map that none of us thought they could do it on.
So whenever you doubt this team, that's when they deliver. Repeating the successes of previously. YZ at 10 first bloods here, dominating the opening engagements once again.
What a map from the man, but we have to wait for the third now to find out who wins this series.